Okay. Welcome, everybody. So welcome to the MERIL Networking Luncheon, or it's really not a luncheon, but it's a meeting via Zoom. So today we're representing Buchanan and Andrew counties. And as always, when we're in person, the purpose of the networking meeting is to share information about your organization, your agency, maybe upcoming events, programs of note, new programs, any staff changes or anything you want to promote. We always want to hear from you all. So this is the main reason for this. Obviously, during the era of COVID, we have to do a lot of things remotely. And I want to thank Christopher for setting this up on the technical side, Christopher Matthews, the MERIL staff. So he deserves some appreciation. Basically, the idea is to just kind of go over just some information at your agency. Usually we allow 3 or 4 minutes. Try not to take too long, but try to impart us just important information that we could either take back to our direct staff or share with other community partners. Just information that everybody should know about. I'll go ahead and start. And one of the first things I want to say is the MERIL newsletter is about to be published. I believe it'll be published by the end of this week. So you could actually get that via our website, or if you want to ask us, we could certainly mail you a snail mail copy. We try to not do that too much, but if you don't have access to the internet, or if you participant wants the paper copy, we could certainly do that. So just get a hold of us. But this information is coming out this week. One of the main things is October is National Disability Employment Awareness Month, NDEAM. This has been going on for a long time, and we just try to promote the awareness that people with disabilities are a valuable resource in the workplace, and just as some good information, some tips on accommodations and accessibility, etc. One of the other main things on the newsletter I just want to point out, and I've been doing a lot of media spots regarding voting, the importance of voting. You can register to vote up until October the 7th. October the 7th is the actual deadline. So if you're working with participants and people in the community and they're not registered, make sure they get registered by October the 7th. You can do that through your county clerk, through Buchanan or Andrew counties, or whatever county you're in. So that's really important. You can actually, I believe, register to vote also with the Missouri Secretary of State's office. So those are two of the big things in the newsletter. So feel free to get that on our website. One of the things that we do is we provide a lot of in-home services and direct services to people with disabilities, and we're always needing caregivers. As you can see the next screen coming up. So if you know of anybody that wants to be a caregiver, either on the in-home side, which is they'll become a MERIL employee, or you can actually be a caregiver on the CDS side, or the Consumer Directed Services side. And that is when the participant actually hires their own attendant. A lot of times family members do it, or if there's an open attendant, we can certainly give the list to the participant, and they could choose and interview and choose someone to work for them. So we're always needing caregivers. Again, call us at our phone number, 279-8558, or just get a hold of me or Christopher, and we can get the information to AJ of our staff, and we can get the ball rolling there. So that's always really important. One of the other things I want to mention is MERIL we're coming up with a commercial on KQ2. So keep your eye open for that. If you're in the St. Joe TV viewing area, we're going to be having a commercial for the next couple of months on KQ2 to promote our services and our organization. So I think it's pretty well done. We're looking forward to having that out in the public. So if you want to share that information with other folks, you're more than welcome to. So that's just a little bit of information. And Christopher, is there anything else particularly you want me to go over? And I'll hand it off. Okay, if not, then I think I got some really good information out about our newsletter, the need for PCAs or caregivers, and also look out for the commercial. So again, the idea is just to take a few moments, maybe introduce yourself if you're new to this group, what you do and what organization you work for and what you do there, and just some important things that are going on in your agency. And I'm going to go to the participants and see, kind of do a matching here, and I'm going to mute myself shortly. So I'm going to see if is Jody from United Way here?
Yes, Rob, I'm here working from home today. Can you hear me?
All right, I didn't see you there. So I'm going to turn the floor over to you.
Great.
Tell us what's going on in your neck of the woods, and I'll shut up for a little bit.
Okay. Well, thank you for the opportunity to share for a few minutes today about United Way. And looking at the attendees, I know we work with a lot of you and appreciate your partnership. But if you're not familiar with United Way, we are a nonprofit organization located in downtown St. Joseph. Our primary service area is Andrew, Buchanan, and Donovan counties. And we focus our work on education, health, and financial stability. And we do that by having our annual fundraising campaign, which is happening right now. And we support 17 partner agencies, some of whom are a part of this meeting today, like the YW and Catholic Charities. We also have 7 initiatives run out of the United Way office, where we serve as the backbone support, but really it's a partnership. And some of you are involved in those things too, like the United Way Unmet Needs Committee. I see people here from who's involved in Severn, which is the volunteer network. So we do a lot through the United Way office. We're a really small staff, but we have amazing agencies that we work with and amazing volunteers. Right now it is our annual fundraising campaign. So if you are interested in being involved in that, or you in the past have had a rally at your office to support the United Way campaign, we can do that virtually this year. We can do in person with masks if you feel more comfortable doing that. But I know a lot of your organizations have done rallies in the past. We can still do that. Please reach out to us, because your support of United Way is critical to a lot of agencies and people in our community. A couple of things that's probably more timely for your organization and for your staff is I have recently taken over the United Way Volunteer Center after my colleague Jay has moved on to work with his family business. So if you're not familiar with the United Way Volunteer Center, it's a volunteer database for the community where nonprofits can post volunteer opportunities to it. You don't have to be a United Way partner agency. It's a completely free program. So if your entity is in need of volunteers, please reach out to me and we can get you on the Volunteer Center. So you can hopefully connect with volunteers throughout the community. We also have a couple of special funds right now that are set up for people who've been impacted. One is we have a flood relief fund. United Way is helping to coordinate the flood relief efforts from the flooding that happened in the south side of St. Joseph back in July. So if you are working with clients that have been impacted by the flood and they need some support, they're likely already working with an agency, either United Way, CAP, or InterServe, but just know that we do have the flood relief fund. We have our housing stability fund, which is designed for people who are at imminent risk of homelessness or are homeless, that with a little support, they're going to be able to be stable in a place. So if you have consumers or clients that are facing homelessness, please reach out to us. We will try to connect them to resources first, and then possibly the housing stability program. And then the final one is we do have the United Way COVID-19 relief fund. So this is a fund that if someone has a loss of income because of COVID, and maybe they haven't tested positive. We had a situation up in Andrew County last week where the daughter was quarantined because of exposure at school. Nobody was sick, but mom was a caregiver, could not go to work. She had to take care of her daughter, etc. They needed help paying their rent. So nobody in the family was sick with COVID, but because of quarantine, mom had to stop working for a couple of weeks. So we do have our COVID relief fund. I know a couple of other agencies also have COVID relief funds. So we coordinate with them to make sure we're using the best resources that we can. But if you do have clients that have had a loss of income and are struggling to pay bills because of COVID, please reach out to us. And I think that's probably it for the good of the group.
Anything else, Jody?
Nope. I will say the United Way office remains closed to the public, though there is usually a staff member there every day. We also have masks. So if agencies need masks, we were able to secure a lot of cloth masks that are washable. So please contact us if your agency or your consumers need masks.
And Jody actually said something about her office being closed. Just a little quick note on MERIL's office. We are actually closed, but however, we have people, our workers, our staff are coming in. Some are actually still working a lot from home. But if you need an appointment or if you want to see someone, we can allow you into the MERIL building by appointment only. So, and I know there's varying degrees of offices being open around the area. So that may be another thing you might want to mention in your talk. So I'm going to go next, and I don't think I saw Linda from Social Welfare Board. Correct me if I'm wrong. I looked at the participants list and I did not see Linda, but is anyone here from the Social Welfare Board? All right. I don't think so, but Christopher is putting some good information out there, and we'll certainly get that to you after the meeting. Next is Lana Morgan, and I know Lana is on, so I'm going to turn the floor over to you, Lana.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. I'm Lana Morgan. I am a community outreach coordinator with Second Harvest. We are located in St. Joe. We are a nonprofit food bank. One thing that we have been working on is getting mobile distributions out throughout our 19 communities. I know that we are focusing on Andrew and Buchanan County today. At our mobile distributions in July, which was the start of our fiscal year, in Andrew County, we distributed 24,911 pounds of food. And in Buchanan, we did 256,613 pounds. For the month of August, Andrew County, we did 23,776, and in Buchanan, we did 101,773 pounds. Now, of course, we would not have been able to do this without the assistance of the National Guard, which I do believe we will continue to have the Guard assistance until the end of November, possibly the first week of December. They've been of great help in getting out there and distributing the food, but also helping within our warehouse since we have not had volunteers in our building. Our building is also closed to the public. Most of all the staff workers are working from home to make sure that everybody stays safe, but we are still available. Calls are being transferred to us as well. Another focus that we have been doing is with our SNAP program. We do offer phone assistance for SNAP, and you can provide them with Second Harvest number, and we are making phone calls back with that as well. I don't know of anything else that's really new. We're just still focusing on making sure that we are working with our partner agencies and getting as much to them as possible to be able to distribute to their communities as well.
As always, if you have a question or comment, feel free to jump in. And you know, I think that it's important that people ask questions and any points of clarification or whatever. So any questions for Lana over at Second Harvest? I know the food fight's coming up, so we are actually in the middle of that, trying to we have several teams in MERIL working to battle each other to see who can get the most food for Second Harvest.
Yeah, we've also been doing Fill the Vans. All of our stuff is on our event calendar on our website. The Fill the Vans, that food is actually used to put into our campus cupboards, which is actually a program through schools where the students can actually take items home with them. So you can also donate to that. You can use monetary donations, and we use the money to actually purchase foods, or there's canned goods. I know Sam's Club, Price Chopper, Hy-Vee, and I do believe there is a store in Savannah that's also participating in the Fill the Van as well. And like I said, a list of all of our events plus where all of our mobile locations will be is listed on our website. Now, as of October today, we will be going back to the 26 scheduled mobiles that we had instead of all the additional mobiles that we've been doing in the past, just based on product availability. And those are open to the public. There's no income guidelines or any restrictions on the mobiles.
Great information. Are there any questions or anything else? Well, I think you can always visit the agency's website, and they provide really good information. So thank you so much, Lana, for the information you provided. I'm going to move on. Next is to John. I know John Matthews is on the call, so I'm going to mute my mic here and turn it over to you.
Thank you. Should make a shout out first of all to my long lost cousin, Christopher, who we have never met and probably have absolutely no relationship to, but I was pleased to see another Matthews was connected to this organization. I'm John Matthews, and I'm actually monitoring this call today from Central Missouri. Ralph asked me to listen in. I am the Disability Integration Lead for Missouri and Arkansas for the American Red Cross. And part of my job is to network together with as many groups that I can find that have at least a part of their work involving relationships with the disability community and or the ability community, as I call them. We are so glad to have this opportunity to share with you. Ralph also mentioned, I think in the report that he sent up, that we are beginning a new kind of an experiment to turn the smoke alarm campaign to your part of the world. We have had to stop everything with Red Cross, as most of you are aware, because of the COVID restrictions. So we cannot have any person-to-person or hand-to-hand contact with anything that we do. And as a result, we just had to stop all of those programs. But our smoke alarms are so important to us that we have found a way to work with the Habitat for Humanity, and they are continuing to do their work very cautiously and carefully, and are doing our installations for us during the time of their construction and their recovery work. So we are so grateful to them for that establishment. I could also report that we have begun work with virtual work concerning our children's programs, our Pedro and pillowcase work for awareness, preparedness for children, as well as 2 programs for adults and businesses. And we would be delighted to share with you. I think you could just reach out directly to Ralph for that through the office in St. Joe, and he would be glad to give you any information about that and how to get plugged in if you have an interest in that. We are still working to kind of get all the bugs out of the system, but I think it's going to be very, very effective in sharing that information with a large, a variety of platforms as well as audiences. And the intended audience is anyone who has questions about or needs more awareness to how to keep your business working during the time of emergencies, of disasters, as well as those individuals. So we have Be Red Cross Prepared, as well as another activity for primarily for small businesses, but it can easily be adapted to almost any size business. And be glad to talk with you further, or just refer you on to Ralph. And finally, I just wanted to kind of get a plug in for our disability integration function within Red Cross. This is a relatively new way of doing Red Cross. We have reached out to all of our Red Cross chapters and our organization, and we continue to find ways to integrate the awareness of the needs of those who have expressed an interest in becoming a part of our team. The goal of our disability integration is to identify any kind of barriers to service delivery or to those who are delivering the service. So it goes both inside our organization as well as to the outside community at large. And we operate 12 months a year, not just a disaster only time. So if you have questions about how we might be able to interact with your organization in some way to build awareness or to create that link that we so desperately need before the floodings and tornadoes and hurricanes happen. And we want to build our network of resources so that it's up and running before that need exists. And with that, I'm going to step away. I'm attending another virtual meeting at the same time I'm listening to you all, so I'm going to continue to monitor if there are questions that come up. throughout the rest of this meeting, but I'm going to be focused on the other meeting that also started at 10 o'clock. Thank you, Rob.
I'm hearing some slight echo and I'm not sure where it's coming from. I looked, everybody had their situation muted. It's not too bad, but in any case, try to watch that. But are there any questions for John or any questions about Red Cross or anything that he can answer while he's on? Again, the website is always a great information. So if you think of a question later, go to the website or give John a call. All right, let's move on. I think Tracy is definitely on the call. So Tracy Christy from YWCA, I'm going to turn the floor over to you.
Can you hear me? Okay, all right.
Yes, I can hear.
So the YWCA is currently open. Everything is running fairly normal. Some of our programming has gone virtual, like our Healthy Teen Parent, Healthy Babies program. Everything is done over the computer. And so that's home visits and group activities and whatnot. Our Choices and Decisions program is our 7th grade middle school programs that happen 8 weeks in the fall, 8 weeks in the spring. And they are mentored by the athletes at Missouri Western. Those kiddos are going to continue to be mentored by those athletes. They are just doing it a little different. They're going to be pulling kids in during the week to come and do virtual mentoring with those athletes. And they're also providing videos on different things like self-esteem and how to tie a tie and make yourself feel good by looking good. Just different little activities. We also have our Grit Center, you'll see right there. That is a new program. We have a drop-in center, which currently we're using as a virtual learning site from noon to 4. We have Wi-Fi there for the children if they want to come. It's between the ages of 12 and 19. We have staff or volunteers on hand during those times to help them if they get a little lost or need, redirection to help them stay focused. And then from 4 to 5, it's our drop-in center. So kids can just come in anytime between 4 and 5 and play games, visit. We've got movies and crafts. It's just an opportunity for them to come and hang out in a safe place, maybe connect with other kids. And if, of course, they are having any issues or need any assistance, we want to connect them with resources that can help them in any of their situations. So that is our latest project. On the right side there, you'll see we have Wednesday workshops. And so they can come do that in person, or we can provide them with the materials to do the activity. So shelter, we currently have a lower census than we typically do. We're trying to make sure that everyone has their own rooms, so we're not assisting in the spread of the COVID virus. So they do have their own rooms. Bliss Manor, our transitional housing program, is still running just as it was before. Our child care center is still open. If you have someone who's looking for a spot for childcare, we have that available, and we would love to talk to you. We give you a tour and visit a little. And our building is a locked facility right now, so when you come, you do have to check in at the intercom and let them know why you're there. And so if there are donations, I will handle that. And if there's anything else, they will call the appropriate person to come down and help our guests. One last thing, I don't want to leave this out. I don't have a flyer on it yet, but on October 19th, we are going to have Take Back the Night. That is, that starts off our Week Without Violence week. And October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So we're just trying to spread the word about domestic violence and, making sure everyone knows we're available to help them if they need safety planning or a place to go, we are available to help them find resources. And that Take Back the Night is where we will have a keynote speaker, and we will also award our Mary Jolly Award to someone in the community who has been an advocate for those who have experienced domestic and sexual violence. And it's from 5 to 6 at the YWCA in the auditorium.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Are there any questions for her? Any follow-up? Well, awfully quiet group today. But I think the information is so awesome, and there's no questions needed. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. Next is Barbara Snook, and I know Barbara's on the call. So Barbara, I'm just going to hand it over to you.
Hello, everybody. Bureau of Special Health Care Needs and Department of Health is still up and running, and we're all, our offices, most of them are locked to the public, and a lot of our people are working from home, and we're not doing face-to-face home visits, but we're still taking new clients who are on fee-for-service Medicaid or referring people where they need to go. And then in addition to our regular jobs, we're also doing various jobs like contact tracing and data entry and investigations for COVID-19. Everyone in Department of Health has been brought in to do that because it's such a big, overwhelming task, and they need all hands on deck for that. We do authorize private duty nursing and personal care aid for kids who are not in managed care. We have our medically fragile adult waiver for individuals who have required private duty nursing before the age of 21, and that still need that high level of care when they turn 21, and it's not something regular Medicaid provides. They're free to call us. We'll refer them to the right person, and we will get their information. We do everything over the phone, but it's worked out real well. So basically, we're just doing the same things.
I have a question, actually. I don't know if you know the answer, but with the Medicaid expansion passing, in the August election,
Right.
what are people seeing there, or what will be the impact to, I guess, state government as well as the number of participants you anticipate?
A lot of the individuals who will, I'll be honest with you, I don't think anybody's, with the COVID-19 pandemic, I don't think there's been a lot of focus on that. But, and if there is, it's not information that's filtering down to my level. What I would suspect, though, from the past, that a lot of the individuals who qualify through the expanded Medicaid will go into managed care. And so as far as our caseloads, it shouldn't make a lot of difference. What it might help is those individuals who are severely disabled that are on the Medicaid for the disabled, who have incomes above the required, the allowed amount. It may reduce their spend downs, which would really be nice because there are some individuals out there with some pretty hefty spend downs. I've actually had clients who discontinued services because they couldn't afford the monthly spend down.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Let me see. Tasha Taylor, I don't see her on the participants list, but if she's here, please speak up. Otherwise, anyone else from the Missouri Department of Mental Health? I will give it 1, 2. Okay, I don't think she's here or anyone from the Department of Mental Health is here, but I know that Stephanie Cam is here from the St. Joseph Youth Alliance. So Stephanie, thank you for joining us, and I'm going to turn the floor over to you.
Hi, everyone. This is my first time on the networking meeting, so thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm Stephanie Tam with the St. Joseph Youth Alliance Youth Build Youth Employment Program. It is a federally funded grant which assists youth between the ages of 17 to 24 to have career exploration, career guidance, support, educational and high demand occupations. So right now we have 2 occupations that we work with, which is HBI carpentry, which would be with their packed with construction, and the other would be CNA healthcare services. So to be eligible for that program, you'd have to be between the ages of 17 to 24 and have some type of barrier, which would be in most cases a high school dropout. If you're pregnant or expecting to be pregnant, diagnosed disability, if you're in like the juvenile system, if you're homeless or in the foster care system. So we provide employment services. As myself being the employment specialist, I help with placement once they are done with their state certifications, and they also side by side do high set GED training as well to get that equivalency. Usually it's about a 6-month program, 14 weeks to about 6 months. Yeah. Right now we're actually starting up a new cohort being a new class in about late October. We have usually a week what we call mental toughness, which is basically a 3-day interview process. We have one that's happening with CNAs, which will start October 20th. And then the following week after that, we have one for the carpentry construction students, which will be on October 27th. So within those 3 days, basically what we call mental toughness is getting them prepped and ready for what will come, getting them excited and letting them know, these are the expectations. This is what will be different for you than what you might be used to, kind of how the program is designed and what the expectations from start to finish would be and would look like. And right now we're kind of just looking for partnerships with our CNA, especially due to COVID. Unfortunately, our CNAs who are about to graduate are not getting the on-the-job site training or the hands-on skills training other than a simulations. We used to work with a different facility where we would actually have our CNAs get almost in a sense of mentorship or like a job shadowing, where they were able to work with the community and really try out those skills with real people. At the moment, due to COVID and a lot of facilities being closed, we haven't had that. So right now we're trying to look for a partnership as things are starting to open up a little bit more, of having our students get that experience that they so much would benefit from. Our facility, which is located on 5223 Mitchell Avenue, is open. We are mask mandated for any visitors that are coming in, but you guys are welcome to come in at any point with our front desk, and we do provide masks. We do take temperatures. So for the students that also come in, and whether they're doing their high set GED classes or continuing their CNA classes.
Great information. I know. Welcome to these meetings. I hope you continue to attend them in the future. And
Absolutely.
I don't know, real quick question. You guys, what's your geographic service area? Maybe you mentioned it, but is it just
we are mostly based with Buchanan County. So as long as they're living within the St. Joseph area, 645, 64501, 64507 area zip codes, and they were in the St. Joseph school schooling at one point, we work within that area.
Okay, that's good. I didn't realize that, but thought I'd ask.
No problem.
All right, and thanks again for the great information. Any questions for Stephanie or about Youth Alliance while we have her on the phone? Thank you. I'm going to move on. So I'm going to go to the participants and I don't see Michelle on.
Okay.
Is she here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I didn't see you on the list. My bad. So go right ahead. You're
All
up.
right. Well, thank you so much, Rob, for this opportunity to share information about the library with people. Good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle Mears. I'm the director of the Rolling Hills Library. We have a branch in Savannah and we have a branch here in St. Joseph. And both branches are open 7 days a week, regular hours. The only restrictions we have are that people are limited to a 30-minute visit, which includes 30-minute limit on the public computers, and people must wear masks. So we make everyone wear a mask, and if they don't come in with one, we give them a disposable one when they come in the door. We have had a few people who've balked at it, but our alternative to them is that we are continuing our curbside pickup service, so they can call or go online and place items on reserve, and they can pick them up with curbside service in their vehicle. And so that's how we're making accommodations for people who can't or won't wear masks. Here on the screen, you see our updated online resource guide, because of course, as the schools have moved towards virtual learning, and also many people are working from home or spending more time at home and just experiencing things virtually, like we are experiencing this meeting this morning. We wanted to make sure we had a list of all of our resources and how they could use them and how they could get to them. So this online resource guide, it's on our website, but also all of the links to all of these resources are also on our website. If someone does not already have a library card, they can go to our catalog and apply for an e-card. All they have to do is type in their name and a little bit of information, and within a day or two, they'll get an email in return that gives them a library card number and their PIN or password so they can access all of our online resources. That account is restricted to only online resources. If they want to get a full service card, they can come in and show an ID in person, and we'll change the account over to in-person full access library card. We have lots of resources. We have language learning. Hoopla is very popular. It has television shows and streaming movies. So as long as you have internet access or a smartphone, you can get to almost all of these resources. There are lots of ebooks and audiobooks. Our digital usage has almost doubled since the beginning of COVID. So many people are discovering our online resources, and they're very much appreciating them and using them. Does anyone have any questions about the library or what we have to offer for people during this time?
Just want to mention the library is a great resource. You're already paying for it through your taxes. I think I love using the library, and I think, that it's a wonderful resource, and a lot of people, for some reason, still don't use it, and we want to see more people use it. But thanks for all the great work you do, Michelle.
Yes. Thank you, Rob. Also, we are recently added notary services to the Rolling Hills Library, both in Savannah and St. Joe. So if someone has a ballot that they need notarized in the upcoming election, we can do that as well. And we also have all of the forms for people to register to vote. A week from today, October 7th is the deadline to register to vote in the November election. So please participate. Thank you.
Definitely participate. All right. Next is Linda Standerford, and I do believe Linda is on the call. So Linda, you're up.
All right, good morning. Thank you to MERIL again for hosting. I really appreciate this. This is great. So some of you who've heard me before talk last month about our services, Nottoway County Service, Turning Point Behavioral Services. As of June, we have a certified behavioral analyst, and that is Mark Para, who is our clinical director for Turning Point. He is also currently serving as our interim executive director for Nottoway County Services while a search for a new director takes place. Another current staff member, Tenna Hazen, just got her provisional license, and before long she'll also be a behavioral analyst. We primarily serve individuals with developmental disabilities who are experiencing high behaviors. They may live in group homes, ISLs, or with their parents. Our behavior analysts can also go into school settings to consult with educators. And primarily we focus on a 7-county area in Northwest Missouri, which would be Nottoway, Atchison, Andrew, Buchanan, DeKalb, and Gentry and Harrison counties. Also, we have a new behavior home that is a 90-day transitional home. We can accept transfers to the home from anywhere statewide. And what our staff does is assess the individual's situation, provide data and information and training to the person's staff at their next placement so that they can be successful. And we just got our first resident to move into our transitional behavior home as of, I think it was September 18th. So staff are really excited about having that person in the home and working with her. We can also provide training on a contractual basis for a variety of industries. Topics we cover are organizational behavior management, leadership training, supervisor training, and all those can be customized for the needs of the organization. And also we provide acceptance and commitment training, which is very useful for industries that have staff with a high level of burnout. It's been extremely helpful to the people that have gone through this training. While we are currently still able to provide person-centered strategy consultation, that service is being phased out. Departments of Mental Health made the decision to cut that service effective March 1st for budgetary reasons, but we're planning to finish strong with the clients that we still have on our caseload there. So just a side note, another thing that we're doing currently to help our agency also involves the Association of Group Homes. And with all the individuals that are not getting out as much because of COVID, last week we provided a virtual bingo via Zoom. And this afternoon we are going to try a virtual dance via Zoom. So we're excited to see how that goes over. The bingo went over very well. So that's all I've got for you.
All right. Any questions for Linda or about the Nottoway County Services Turning Point? Just want to say thank you for the great information. I know there's a lot going on, even in the age of COVID. You know, we're making it work. So thanks again, Linda. All right, Maria Lopez is up. I know Maria's on the call. She's with. I'm gonna have to. Is it? I always mispronounce it. Is it Evergy?
It's Evergy. Yes, you got
Okay.
it.
I'm getting it now. I'm getting it.
Yeah, I know. It's always going to be KCP&L for me. So yeah, definitely a hard transition.
You're right.
But
yeah, the other KCPL was easy. So
yeah, totally. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me. Again, my name's Maria. I am a customer affairs advisor for Evergy. I do a lot with agencies, just making sure they're aware of everything we have to offer, in addition to getting out into the community when we were able to. So this is all different now. We're doing everything we can virtually. I just want to make you aware of several programs that we have available for customers who are facing disconnection or have past due bills and want to avoid disconnection. Really quick, we are not restricted by temperature at this time to do disconnects. So disconnects are happening. Cold weather rule does start November 1st. So that's when we'll be able to offer, even more plans and where we're restricted by temperature before we can disconnect. So again, November 1st is when that starts. But right now, due to COVID and everything going on, we are offering a special COVID payment plan. It's a 12-month plan and available to all of our customers, regardless if they have active service or not. So if you are aware of clients who are moving, but are have a bad debt on, on an old account, and they think they need to pay it all up front, that's not the case during this time. Basically what this would involve is a 12-month plan. To get on this 12-month plan, the customer would only need to pay 1/12 of their total balance. So 1/12 of the balance, and then everything else will be split up over 11 installments plus whatever their current charges are. So again, they just need to give us a call, and the representatives in the call center will make sure and offer that special plan for anybody that they see needs it. The next thing I want to go over is our economic relief pilot program. I say pilot, we've had it going on since 2009. They need to change the name, but still, economic relief program. It's a partnership that we have with Salvation Army. It's for those customers who are either on a payment arrangement and are current with that payment arrangement, or are just current with their bill, but could still use that extra help with their electric bill. If they qualify, it could apply up to $65 a month towards their electric bill for 12 months. So it's a whole year program that this customer would be on. They get reminders in that 11th month to let them know they need to reapply again if they'd like to continue. So that is good. Some qualifications for that would be, again, current on their bill or current on their payment arrangement, that they're at 200% or below of the poverty level. So that's good. And that's it really. They just need to fill out it's just a 1-page application. They just need to provide a copy of their state ID, their Evergy bill, and their proof of income is what they need. It's one of my favorite programs. We still have slots available. Again, it seems like once COVID hit, people were not applying for this program as much, and it could have been because we're not disconnecting. But now that we're disconnecting, openings are available, so please promote that. Let's see. Oh, one other thing I wanted to talk about. This isn't necessarily an Evergy program, but we are always promoting LIHEAP, so Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. A few updates to that is they now have a application where a customer can fill it out online, so that no longer do they need to download and print it and mail it in. They don't have to do that. So online availability. They extended the summer assistance through October 31st. So again, typically that ended the end of September, but they extended that. So we're very happy about that. They increased that summer assistance level from 300 to 600. So that is a great thing. And so yes, please let your clients know LIHEAP is available through the end of this month. And then last thing I just wanted to touch on is our Evergy or Energy Savings Kit that we have available. Now, this is a program that we are co-doing with Spire, I should say, and this is not restricted by income. Anybody could call in or apply online to take advantage of this. And basically what it involves is it would be a home assessment. So you would they're doing the home assessments virtually now. So again, they'll just ask you questions about your usage, trying to determine where you're using more, where you could cut back. They'll provide you with an energy report based on that usage. And then there's a ton of freebies that you can get. So up to 20 LED bulbs, faucet aerators, shower heads, water heat pipe insulation, and then up to 2 smart power strips. So again, it's an energy savings kit. It's available to everybody. You just have to be, everybody in Missouri, I should say, you just have to be an Evergy customer. You can find that on our website. If you just go to our website, evergy.com, and type in energy savings kit, or you can call the phone number. I'll give you a phone number here. It's 855-907-6930. Again, 855-907-6930. And that is it. If you all have any questions for me or need any of this information electronically, I'm more than happy to send it to you. You can reach me at maria.lopez@evergy.com. That's it.
All right, excellent info. Thank you so much. I know we're
Sure.
coming to the colder year, colder season, so that light heap information is really valuable. So
Mhm.
again, your website, I'm sure, has a lot of good information if
Mhm.
people need to get a hold of information that way. So that's a good way to do it as well. Thank you so much, Maria.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have Ability KC. I don't see Megan here unless I missed it. Did I miss Megan, or is anyone else from Ability KC on the call? Going once, twice, and I don't think that they're available. I do know that we have Eric from Catholic Charities. So Eric, you're up.
Hello.
We can hear you. I can hear you.
Hello. All right. I'm Eric, Catholic Charities. We're community. I'm in community housing for Buchanan County, although we do serve Maryville area and Kansas City area. Our welcome center is open. Our office is open. You have to wear a mask, and 3 people at a time in the welcome center. Can also come in for hygiene products if you need them. If anybody needs them, they're free. I house people on the Home Plus program. House individuals and families with disabilities, and when they do get an income source, they don't have to have any income when they come into the program. But once they get into the program, we'd like to encourage them to apply for a disability or get some sort of job income. We do work on life skills with people to help keep them housed, which is it's a challenge at times. We do have a new senior housing program coming out available. It is on Pear Street. It is called St. Charles Place. There's an open house October 8th from 1 to 3 p.m. and the bishop's going to be there. So anybody's welcome. October 8th, 1 to 3 p.m. at St. Charles Place. It's on Pear Street, past I think it's past Ajax. You just keep going west past Ajax Road, and it's a new housing complex. That's all I have for now.
All right, thank you so much. And I was actually going to ask a question about the housing. I know it looks like it's almost done or very close to being done in terms of construction. So I'm going to I'm going to try to get that in my calendar and hop over there. I know exactly where it is. I drive by it every day to work. So.
Yep.
I had a few things to share, if I could.
What was that?
I'm with Catholic Charities also, and I had a few things to share.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see. Please go. You're up
Yeah.
then.
We currently have utility assistance on recent bills. They have to be within the last 30 days. We help with gas, electric, and water. No help with water or sewer bills at this time, or with sewer bills, excuse me. We do help with water. We also can help people with middle range income. There's also Department of Corrections money right now. We help with a wide variety of things related to employment and rental assistance as well. We don't have any current openings in our housing program at this time. And again, we are excited to announce our opening, our grand opening of the St. Charles Place located at on Pear Street. And that grand opening is October 8th, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. That's all I have.
Hey, thank you so much. I know, is Sonia on the call? I didn't see. Apologize,
She's
Jamie.
not.
I didn't see your-
She tried to get in earlier and didn't get in.
Okay. Your name was out of alphabetical order on participants list. That's why I didn't see you, Jamie. So my apologies.
That's all right.
All right. It looks like, is there anyone else that has joined us that did an RSVP or snuck in or somehow this link and want to chat? If not, I just want to say thank you again for joining us. This is a great opportunity to just share information. I mean, this is really good information that I think each of us could use and take back to your direct staff and and help our participants and our citizens and our clients in the St. Joe, Buchanan County outlying area. So that's the main purpose. I also want to thank Christopher again for the MERIL staff putting everything together. It's really neat, organized, and I think it's really nice that he's able to do that and get that information out. I do want to mention the next networking luncheon or networking meeting is November the 5th. We do assign counties and we want people from those counties attending. But if you are not from either of the counties for the November 5th meeting, you're still more than welcome to join in, because sometimes, like for example, Barbara, where she works, she serves almost all the counties. So there's Clinton County, Gentry, DeKalb, and Worth counties at the November 5th networking meeting. So hopefully you can fit that into your calendar. Again, that'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning. And Christopher will be sending out information prior to the meeting to see who's able to come. So Christopher, is there anything else that I need to mention, or can we go ahead and safely adjourn?